Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Animation Pilgrimage. We have yet another Soviet-Russian film here for you. This time it is The Humpbacked Horse from 1947.
Or, in the United States, it was dubbed as The Magic Pony, but I think for the sake of this review, we'll call it The Humpbacked Horse.
Yeah, I mean, that we watched the Russian version of it with subtitles, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, by this point, the World War II had pretty much finished up.
Oh yeah, we're done with World War II.
Good.
Good.
So, people being able to make films whenever they want, about whatever they want, with actual budgets and people to go see them and make money is a thing that can happen again, which is good. And this is one of those. This film was really enjoyable.
Yeah, I really liked this. This was very, very charming, and yet again, one of those films that I probably would never have seen if it weren't for the fact that we were doing this project.
Yeah, most definitely not. I don't think there would have been any reason for me to be looking up random old Russian animated films if we weren't doing this.
The only way I would ever watch this is if it randomly showed up on like my YouTube recommended feed or something like that, and I ended up watching it because of it.
Yeah, and even then, that doesn't seem very likely.
Yeah, it's a very slim chance.
So, yeah, I guess most of you probably haven't heard of this one, but The Humpback Horse is about a young, foolish boy or something who's got two older brothers.
A young boy. We'll just call him that, because in the subs it calls him a young, foolish boy, but I think that's a poor translation, because nothing about the character seems foolish. Other than the fact that he's, like, joyful and kid-like. Or naive.
Yeah, I would say he's, like, really naive.
Yeah. He's just a kid. He's a kid.
Yeah, he's supposed to be played as, like, not very smart, but I don't think that really matters.
Because it's like he outwits every problem he comes up against, other than, not avoiding problems by listening to his pony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but anyways, he's this young kid that gets told to watch the fields while his two older brothers slack off and don't do their job and sleep. And because he does so, a magical fiery horse descends from the sky and he catches it. And it's like, if you let me go, I'll give you two beautiful stallions that I have birthed, and they're amazing and stuff. And he's like, cool, I'll do that. And so he gets these two gorgeous black horses with golden manes. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, this little humpbacked horse pony thing.
Well, I think it's also implied that that's also one of the magic horse's kids.
Yeah, probably. But it's just like this little horse comes out of nowhere and it's like, hey!
I'm cute!
I'm cute and adorable in a weirdly ugly, cute sort of way.
It is really cute. I really like the character design on this.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, all my instincts are like, that is not a horse.
Oh, no.
What the hell is that? Why does it have humps on its back?
It's a donkey camel pony. But it's pure magic, so, it doesn't matter.
But it is adorable.
It's adorable in a sense of, theoretically, I would say this thing is probably fairly ugly, but there's just something about...
It's an abomination, but it's a cute abomination.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, this thing's really cute. I want to draw it now.
Yeah.
And he immediately becomes friends with this one. And
By the way, when we saw the horse animation in this movie, we're like, was this done by the same people who did The Lost Letter? But
no.
Looking at the credits and stuff, I really don't think it is. I think it's a completely different crew. In which case, go Russia, you have some really awesome animations of horses. Like, they aren't proportional, but I don't think you meant them to be.
No, they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, they're just stylized and so eye-catching, and they just have like this power and grace to them that's
And
really cool.
amazing size, and just they're so good.
Yeah.
It's like the Lost Letter had that amazing horse, the Hell Beast.
Yeah.
And this one has four crazy good horses. I mean, the two black with golden manes, and then the mother horse herself, who's awesome, and then the pony thing.
They're awesome. Okay, well, you know, I want to be fair here. They're awesome designs, and it's very ambitious animation, but it doesn't quite get there, you know?
That is true, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this movie definitely was not perfectly animated or anything like that. It's definitely not the quality that you would see out of like Disney at the time.
Right. It's like its flaws are very evident, but man, you can see
How much
they're
effort they
trying.
put in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like you can imagine what they were going for, and you're like, oh man, if only you were there, this would just be gorgeous.
Yeah.
Imagine a modern remake of this where people took like artistic inspiration from this. Which also, by the way, I really like the style of the film. The art direction's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, like
but
the king looks like Popeye, and there's like an evil gremlin man. I mean, he's not a gremlin, but I don't know. He's an evil guy that doesn't like the kid, and I was thinking his silhouette looks very similar to the African wizard from the very first episode that we did here on Animation Pilgrimage.
The Adventures of Prince Ahmed.
Yeah, the bad guy in there just looks like this guy. Or it makes me wonder if they drew heavy inspiration from the African wizard when they made this, which would be very possible because there's very few animated films out at this point.
I mean, if I had to guess, you know, you probably had a team of people and they had an art director or multiple art directors, but when it came to the actual animators, the animators pretty much animated in their own style. And so that's why the character designs vary so much. Now, the art direction when it comes to like the backgrounds and stuff is pretty consistent. That's probably one of the strongest points of this film is just the backgrounds and the background animation. It's all, you know, really, really nice.
Yeah. It's like this movie was so incredibly charming. All the time.
Definitely has its flaws, but yeah, I just really I think the charm of it outweighs the flaws.
Yeah. One thing to note is that we were looking it up after we watched the movie, and apparently this is based off of a poem, which means when they made this movie, they made sure every single thing anyone says is a rhyming couplet. Everything.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive.
Yeah, because it's a 55-minute movie, so it's almost an hour long.
Yeah.
And it's all in rhyme.
All in rhyming couplet, all with like the exact same structure every single time. Like, it's not like they change it up like this one's 5 syllables and then later you get like 10 syllables or something, or 7 syllables. No, it's like everything is the exact same the entire way through, which makes the movie feel like it has a very set pace.
Yeah, which is going to be my one other big complaint for this movie is because the pace is set, there's time, it kind of just drags.
Yes, there are definitely a few moments in this movie where it does drag and nothing really seems to be happening.
Yeah, and because the animation also has to stick to this pace, there are actions in it that are just very slow, and like that's also just a problem with the animators being inexperienced. You know, and so it's like there's an action that's going on the screen where it's like, okay, with some tighter editing, you could get rid of a lot of this and boop, 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 there's your shot. but like here it's very drawn out, and the action itself is very drawn out. And
Anyways, I guess I never finished saying what happens.
Let's continue with the summary.
Yeah, so after he gets these magical horses, his brothers find out and steal his giant, gorgeous horses and take
the two stallions.
The two stallions and take them to town and show them off. And then the king shows up and is like, "Those are gorgeous horses. I must have them." And the boy's like, "Hey, they're mine. You can buy them from me." Or
and then the brothers
trade
just
them.
disappear.
Yeah, the brothers just literally disappear from the movie. They never exist. They're never mentioned. They're just gone.
Oh, conventional storytelling setups have not been invented yet.
Yeah, no. So, the king buys the horses, but the horses don't really work with anyone other than the boys. So the king's like, "All right, you coming along? You're my head of horses," or
slave,
horse and slave man.
Yep.
And the boy's like, "Well, okay, I guess it's my life." Oh, I guess before that, he had also randomly found a glowing feather from a firebird out in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
So
he has that now.
Yeah, and the crafty guy is like, "I lost my job because of this kid. Ooh, how dare he. Oh, he has this special feather he didn't show the king. Well, clearly I'm gonna get him in trouble and get him, like, killed or something, because I'm gonna tell lies about him getting this feather from a firebird and being able to bring one here, because that'll never happen." And the king's like, "Cool, bring me a firebird."
Yeah, and so the
Yeah.
kid does.
Yeah, the kid is like, "I don't know what to do," and
but luckily his pony is very
like,
versed in the world.
Yeah, it's like, "I know exactly what to do. You get the bird drunk." And so he does, and captures a glowing firebird, and then dances with it for a bit.
Well, he dances with it
to
to
catch it,
capture it, yeah. And then he brings it back, makes a fool out of the advisor guy.
Again.
Because
it's a kind of an ongoing thing with that guy.
Yeah. And the king is happy, and Ivan gets promoted.
Again.
And so the advisor tries to find another way to get the boy in trouble. And the ways that he finds to get the boy in trouble just is him lying about things. It's like, not even
I totally heard him say that he could totally do this, you know?
And so the king's like, "What? Really?" And so we'll bring the boy in, and it's like, "I've heard that you said that you could do this."
And the boy's like, "No.
No, I can't do that." And the king's like, "Well, too bad. You better do it,
or else I'll kill you."
Or I'll kill you.
So the next task is to go get this beautiful maiden from across the sea. And
who is the daughter of the sun.
Daughter of the sun and kin with the moon or something?
Okay. I had a feeling that she's Asian, and she's daughter of the sun.
What? How did you totally pick up on the fact that this girl is probably Japanese?
I mean, it's just a guess. I'm just throwing it out there.
I don't know. It's not like she looks very Asian. From across the sea. Yeah. Though, at one point, I thought they were mentioning far-off Germany, which made me think that they were going the other direction.
Yeah, I know. It's like they said something like off past the coast of Germany or something.
And I was like, was that just a translation error? Or
maybe
is this supposed to be like a Nordic chick? I have no idea, but
that's not the vibe I was getting.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure she was still dressed in, like, Russian clothes. I honestly don't know.
I don't know. Either way, this is the part of the movie where I'm like, eh.
Yeah, he kidnaps her.
Yeah.
Just straight up kidnaps her.
Well, okay, but before that, though, she shows up, and they set up a tent to trap her. And so she just waltzes in this tent, and she's like, "Oh, wow, food. Yum." And then she...
A musical instrument. Let me sing this song.
Let me sing a song. "Oh, I'm so lonely because no one can hear me sing."
So the boy just straight up captures her and runs off with her.
Kidnaps her, like just scoops her up, plops her down in a wagon, and then they show up and she's just there like, Hi.
Hi, I'm beautiful and amazing. How's it going?
I'm not going to resist whatsoever.
Nope. And then they get there and the king's like, cool, you're beautiful, marry me. And she's like, nah.
You're old and ugly?
So,
No.
nah. Not even that he's ugly, he's just old.
Yeah, she does mention that he's got a beard and he's toothless, so...
You're too old.
You're too old.
So she says, there's this process to make yourself younger by jumping in boiling milk, then boiling water, then frozen water. And it'll totally make you young. And the king's like...
And if you make yourself young, then I'll marry you.
And the king's like, that sounds like a terrible idea.
I don't want to die.
Because boiling liquids would kill you. So the vizier guy is like, oh, totally have the kid do it. And then if he survives, you can do it. And the guy's like, yeah, I'm totally going to get him dead this time. Ha ha ha. But no, his pony cools the boiling, like blows on the boiling water and milk to make them a little bit cooler.
Just for him, though.
Just for him. Just cool enough for him to survive.
Works magic on it so that it actually works.
Yeah. So he goes in the first, and goes in the second, and goes in the frozen water, and then the pony breaks him out, and he comes out and he's a grown, handsome, beautiful man.
Oh my. Oh, also the vizier dies.
Yeah, the pony kicks him down a well, and he's gone, he's dead.
He dead now. But yeah,
But
so...
the girl's like, I love you.
And the king's like, oh, well, I gotta get me some of that. And so he
And-
jumps in the boiling milk, and then he's dead.
He doesn't come back up, so he's dead.
And then I don't know if the kingdom falls into ruin or what, but
I think
boy, handsome man.
I think it's implied that he becomes king then.
But they walk off somewhere.
Yeah, they just walk off somewhere else. And
I
she like
assumed they
drops
just
her
waltzed
ring.
into another kingdom. And
I don't know. She like
took
drops
over.
her ring, and like there's this cool effect as it rolls across the land, and it like changes
Makes
from
it
winter to
spring.
spring. Ooh.
Yeah. Together they will rule with an iron fist and take over the land with their magic pony.
So yeah, this was a really interesting, charming film.
Despite how silly we made it sound. I mean, because
it
it is. It's
a
really
fairy tale.
silly.
It's an old fairy tale. And I just really enjoy the fact that we get to watch these old, weird fairy tales.
And even if it's not a fairy tale, it's very fairy tale-esque.
Yeah.
Because we don't know
Yes.
for sure that it's a fairy tale. But it feels like a fairy tale. And that's the point.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend checking this one out, I think.
Yeah, same. Same. It's, yet again, this one's only an hour long, so it's not going to take you long to watch. And, you know, it's just a charming little film, especially if you're interested in animation history or Russian animation. Give it a look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, so what film do we have coming up next, Neil?
So, the next film we have to watch is a Belgium film.
Oh, really?
And it is called The Crab with the Golden Claws.
Ooh, shiny. Sounds so shiny.
Shiny!
I'm sure it has nothing to do with
There's been
that.
some interestingly named films we've had. The Humpback Horse, Lost Letter.
I mean, I'm sure they sound better in their original language.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, if you look at some of the, like, our movies, they're, and you don't know the context of them, I'm sure they have strange names, too. But anyway, so yeah, we'll see you here next time.
Yep. Bye.